Good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are new and you do not know me yet, I am Mommy Lala. It's a series of unfortunate events happening to me right now. I couldn't find my slippers. I accidentally snapped my hair clip from onto my ears that made me I thought I broke my eardrums from the sound. Oh, I actually forgot to put on my earrings. All right, and then everything is gonna be like super impromptu right now because I really didn't have time to prepare, and I actually lost track of time, so apologies, right? So I thought, oh my goodness, it's past 9 o'clock. So thank you so much for being here. So today's episode is Stash-tember day number 20. So for those who are watching or expecting our Bible or faith journaling for tonight, Jay and I moved it for next Saturday as we wanted to do a different verse or study instead. So today we're just gonna focus on Stash-tember day number 20. And what is Stash-tember day 20? The prompt for today is actually masked magic. So we are going to create a scene with masking you using unused stamp. Okay, so from the word itself, like masking means that you're gonna cover it up. All right. Similar to what a mask does to a person or to something, right? So it covers it up somehow. And by doing so, you create this awesome effect, okay, that makes it truly realistic when you are stamping, right? So I hope that you would join us. And I promise that today I'm going to show you or going to give those who are actually been here for since Craft Every Day in August access to my Discord, even if you are not yet a member of my YouTube channel. That is my little way of saying thank you, my friend, right? But since I cannot understand how to give out gifted memberships for free just yet, so expect a message from me on your messenger or Instagram direct message where I will send you the link to my Discord. All right. So there you go. First and foremost, let's say hi to the people in the chat. First, okay, today is Susan. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Susan, I hope that everything is well. I know the last time you were here was about 2 days ago, and you weren't feeling well. You really had to jump off the stream by at that time, almost it's almost done anyways. But I hope that you are feeling better, my friend. Again, okay, if you just need to rest, absolutely. Take care of yourself, friend. All right, but I'm so happy that you're actually back in the chat. And hello, Zell. Thanks so much. Zell is sprinkled with cards, by the way, my friends. Take a deep breath. You look great. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. It was like, up to now, my ears is still ringing this side. Because this clip, I no time to fix my hair. So I just grab one of, those big clamps that Sam uses for her hair. And since my hair is not that long, I couldn't like clip it properly. And then I did like that to my ears, like, I felt like that. It was so painful. Anyway, I hope I didn't, it's still okay. I didn't dislodge any of the crystals there because the last time that happened, I had a very bad vertigo attack. So I'm hoping it is okay. Okay, and just like that, September is almost over. Exactly right. 10 more days to go for Stash-tember. Imagine that. Don't take it all personally if I fall asleep. Yes, absolutely, Susan. Down. Yes. Oh, no. Okay. The mere fact that you are here, my friend. Okay. So I said, I was actually talking about you. I think it was yesterday, other day. I said that, I hope that Susan is okay, right? So again, your health is your wealth, my friend. So that absolutely, just... watch, relax, and then if you fall asleep, that's absolutely fine, my friend. Oh, no worries. No worries. No worries, Susan. Okay. Of course, we miss you in the chat, but you take care of you. All right. Okay. So, my friends, look at what we have here. I'm going to show you something. Look at that. Okay. So, this one you actually have seen already in the past couple of episodes, right? Because this was a choice between this and what was the one that we used? Uh, Oh, the one from I think it was also was it Concord the Ninth? The one where we created my cards that look like houses. Okay, I don't know if it's Concord the Ninth. I think it was as well. Anyways, I forgot. So, but this one I'm gonna put this because I wanted to do like for masking, we would try to layer this three, right? So the tall buildings, houses, and the trees to create a scene, right? But the thing that I really wanted to show you was this, my friends. This is the original masking magic. Before masking magic became a collaboration between Gina K and ThermoWeb. This is okay from ThermoWeb originally. This I got this in late 1990s. Maybe 1998, 1999 from a store in Galleria here in the Philippines called Memory Box. That has long gone been closed, but they were one of two, and then there's Craft World that back then where you can really get supplies that come from the US, right? So for scrapbooking back then. So I got this. I didn't really know how to use it. It's just that, I said, oh, okay, it looks clear, the concept of it, which it says create stamp foreground and background layers easily on cards and much more. So you create a mask, place on image, stamp on the project. So this contains 8 clear sheets, okay? So, and then it does give you an instruction on how to use this, right? So you have to stamp the image onto the masking magic. Okay, so now actually you can even use your double, your post-it notes, right? So there are those that, this is not even a post-it note. This is just a generic kind of like washi tape that has like it's sticky all throughout. You can even, just stamp on this and put this as a mask. All right. But way, way, way back, okay, this was really the one that's being used. And I just wanted to show you. Do you see how old this is? All right. So how many? There should be 8. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means that I've only used up 2 in the span of from when, a decade, no, several decades, okay, later, right? So I just wanted to show you how fun is that, right? In the true essence of use your stash, right? So we're picking up something from the 1900s, so to speak. Yes, yes. I was about to say that mask magic look old. Absolutely. Because now the masking magic is Gina K's, right? It's now a collaboration between Gina K and ThermoWeb. But this was originally really ThermoWeb's. And it is a trademark, as you can see. Okay, so the masking magic is really a trademark, okay, from ThermoWeb. Okay. All right. 90 products. They're the best to unearth from the depths of our craft rooms, right? So, as I said, in the true spirit of going through our stash. All right. So let's start. Okay. So I'm really terribly sorry that I, started late. Okay. But I'm happy that you guys are still here. It's Saturday morning for most of you. All right, so there you go. And I do have several of this. This is called these are Mama Elephant, like, what do you call this? They call it agenda, I think. Something agenda. Hold on. Let me see what they're actually called. Okay. Or is the lawn fawn the one that's agenda? No, this is the one, right? Gosh, I forgot what they're called. Okay, do you remember this, friends? Uh, I forgot. It doesn't say. Anyway, I have something similar. I Is it from the same manufacturer? Hold on. I have to figure out because I have several of this. If they're all Mama Elephant. Anyways, so I'm thinking if I need to put something in front of this, it has to be tiny people, right? So not the big one. So I was thinking of putting in this Love by Cynthia stamp because I really like it, but I have not used it. But then it probably is way too big to put onto this card. So we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. All right. So despite having used this, I think I used it only once. This one, right? So I said, okay, not unused all throughout. Okay, this one, but I will still be using some stamps that have never been used. All right, so we are not very legalistic here. All right, as long as the inspiration is there. By the way, I'm sorry again because I'm late. I had to finish some video that I needed to edit, okay, and upload fast, and you will be able to see that because I was afraid that the weather is starting to become quite bad here in the Philippines. We are expecting a super typhoon. So a super typhoon is very strong. It has a wind of about 130, 40, something like that, kilometers per hour, right? So, and it brings a lot of water and wind with it. So, rain and wind. So, although they say it's not going to impact us directly where we are, like where Zell and I are, we're in Central Luzon. But since it covers a wide part and now it's monsoon season here, so that aggravates the situation. So we still might experience a lot of rain and wind. And when that happens, normally, we lose power, right? And I think that's the same with a lot of you guys. Hold on, I'm just trying to figure out how to, okay, remove my tissue. Okay. That's the same for you guys as well, right? So it's for everybody's safety, right? Because in case a tree falls or a power cable gets pulled, somebody might get electrocuted. So they really need to pull out the power when there's the weather is bad. And so if that happens, I might lose electricity. And so I must be able to finish editing if ever so that, if ever I lose power, it's already up there. So I'm not sure if the weather is truly bad tomorrow and we won't have power, then I might not be able to go live as usual. But if I see that I might go live earlier or later depending or on time. Okay, again, depending on what the weather is gonna be like tomorrow. All right, so let us do our masking magic. All right, so when you say masking, my friends, as I mentioned earlier on, you are going to mask off, okay, some of the elements so that, okay, you can see, imagine this. Right? So you have this building. Look at the scenario. You have a building and then you have these houses. So if you stamp this and then you stamp this on top of this, what will it look like? Chaos, right? Chaotic. It's like, what is happening? Right? But if you mask, okay, the one if you mask the one that you stamped first, okay, then you could add on the other one while the ones that have been masked will not have ink on it. So you will have that look or the perspective that one is in front and one is at the back of the other, right? So it makes it, nicer. Okay, let me see. Okay, so we're gonna do a portrait card for this one. Okay, so for tonight, I will just do one, my friends. Okay, because again, I do need to finish up. I finished editing, but I need to create the thumbnail. I need to upload, but at least I had it processed already. All right. So let's first test, okay, how we are going to make, this look like. All right. So, but first, okay, do we want a dark sky? Okay, so let's make first the background. Okay. All right. So, where are my brushes? See, I told you, my friends, I am not prepared. And that is absolutely fine. Hold on. I'm looking for my the ink I can use. Alright. Let's do stormy sky. Because it's a stormy day. Not yet. Not yet. Almost there. But not yet. Okay. So where are my blending brushes? Okay. Okay, I'm just cleaning this one. Okay. It's 9:37. Ah. You know what? I have an idea. Hold on, friends. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I cannot find it. I cannot find it. Anyways, no worries. Since we're late, anyways. I was trying to look for um a stencil of sky. Okay, but I don't know, for some weird reason I cannot find it. Right, so we'll just have to figure out. This will have to for now. Let's see how this is gonna look like. And this paper isn't meant for inking. Okay. Where is my... Oh, see, when somebody else cleans my table, because I think Yaya went over my... Because I went out earlier to do some errands, and when I went back, everything seems to be a little bit, cleaner. Okay, because I was unable to finish cleaning last night. All right, so we'll go back to that a little later on and see what we can, do with that. All right, so let's do this. All right, so we are going to... Okay, stamp that. Okay, where now is the cover? We just started and I'm already missing stuff. Haha. Okay then. Because I just finished doing several videos. So this area is a real mess, my friends. I tell you. My inks. Where did I put them? Okay, on the other side. Hold on, my friend. I found my slippers. It's here, B-boy. We were looking for my slippers before the start of the show. And now I actually found it. It's underneath here. Oh my goodness, friends. All right, so there you go. So, you know how it is, like maybe you have a city and then out, the outskirts of the city. Okay, so you can see, okay, the outskirts. Okay. And I still have not seen. Okay. There you go. Okay, so that's what it looks like. All right, now what we're gonna do is to go grab that masking magic thingy. Where is the masking magic? Who is all over the place today? Now it probably is. It has to wait another how many more years for it to be used, because I somehow have lost the masking magic. Unbelievable. Hold on, friends. Let me figure out. Oh, there. Whew. There. So I have a little bit of a space. I can move and not lose things. So this water is not safe. Okay, not safe. All right, let's try to use the masking magic from so long ago. All right, so let us just put it there. Okay, we don't really need a very crisp, because we're just gonna get the outline anyway. Okay, of this one. We're gonna stamp and then we're gonna cut alongside it. Okay, so that we can create a mask for our card. Okay, so you are supposed to stamp that same image, all right, onto the masking magic. Okay, and so there you go. That is the image. Okay, so if you can see, there are parts that are, oops, but that is important. Okay, I need that. All right, so, oh, but I already removed. Okay, no worries. Let's hope. Okay, let me just grab my heat gun. Okay, so we can dry it because we don't want it to smear. Will this be okay to be heated after decades and decades of not being used? Okay, we will see. All right, so what you do next is you grab a pair of scissors, which I definitely have several of. Okay, here. All right. So, okay, you will cut it. Okay, a little bit, you know, just a little bit. Okay, if you outside, not exactly. Okay, if you want, it can be, but in my case, it's okay. Some really like fussy cut exactly, but these are very very fine lines. Okay. So have you tried, doing this, friend? So for those who are new to stamping, you might really want to try this out. The effect is really super awesome. It's like, wow. You'd be like super happy that sometimes you want to make you want to make your stamping look like layered without the actual bulk, right? So without it being really bulky. And so that normally happens. Okay, so most of the time I do layer because I like, texture and depth. But every now and then, especially if it's something that you are going to be mailing, right? And bulky cards are more expensive to mail and harder to put in an envelope. So you would want to have something, like this. All right. So I am going to put it down like so. Okay, so this one, okay, so unlike, let's say you use this one, this is just like a washi tape, it's paper, right? So the thing with this one is if you use it, it's just paper. This one, okay, is like a plastic, right? So you can keep it and then you can reuse and reuse and reuse for specifically for this stamp. Okay. So if you can see, okay, it is plastic, right? So it can last a long, long time, right? So you can reuse and reuse and reuse. Another thing is that it's, clear. So you can see exactly where you are going to put it on, right? Unlike if it's like, let's say, a post-it notes or something like that, right? Okay, oops. But then again, this hasn't really truly dried up. Okay, so I hope. Okay, let me see. It might ruin. Okay, let's see. Hopefully not. But I already see. Okay. It does say here. Okay. Apply mask over dry. Yes, it's dry. But it's the actual stamped image. Oh, using a dye-based ink. See, I used a Versamark. Okay, and that's a pigment one and it dries. Okay, yes. So that is the reason why. So we probably might have to do this again. Yes. 'Cause this ain't gonna do it. Okay, it's gonna create havoc. All right. So let's do it again, friends. Okay, anyway, I have 5 more. All right, so let's go over this again. Okay, and use a dye-based ink. Okay, so why? Why? What happens if you used a pigment-based ink? Remember, that's plastic. Okay, so it's non-porous. Okay, and then when you use a pigment ink, it is going to just keep itself wet and stay on top. Okay, and so it's gonna get smeared. So you do want a fast drying ink, and that's your dye-based ink. All right, so with that. Okay, so we need to go for a the amalgam ink. Okay. When things don't happen the way you want, it's okay. That happens to the best of us. Hi, Wims. Hi, Caroline. Oh, Blossom is here. Hi, Blossom. It's almost October. Can't craft tonight. Okay, no worries, Wims. Enjoy the weekend. Saturday is errands day. It's family day. Absolutely, friends. Go ahead. Okay. It didn't stamp us. Anyways, it's okay. Okay, all I need is just an outline to cut through it so that I can mask. Okay. Because I am insisting on using this, what do you call this? This masking magic, okay, from Thermoweb. I know now it is Gina K's product, okay? So it's now a collaboration product between Gina K and Thermoweb. Okay, originally it is really by Thermoweb, but now Gina K has her own line, okay, of the masking magic. It's just that I've had this. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize I was not in the frame. Okay, so I used a Gina K amalgam ink for this one, and somehow, okay, that didn't. Okay, so probably it's best to use an archival ink onto this one. Okay, let me see if it's, because it's kind of a plastic thingy, right? So probably, and if that's the case, normally you would use stays on, or you would use okay, let me see. Okay, it's not big enough. Okay, I do think I have. This one is also not big enough. So we would probably just use, if this doesn't work, we're just gonna use a regular, because I feel that it doesn't really dry. Okay, let's see. I have not used this Thermoweb. Well, you know what? Since it's just supposed to just cover, okay, might as well, if I will just remove all of that. Okay, make sure that whatever is left is not gonna, smear, okay, through, okay, my image. You can always use just another paper and then stamp it onto that one. Okay. There you go. It's just the Thermoweb. This one is, all right, there you go. Okay, and then now we can stamp the next one. Okay, say we want to stamp on the house. Okay, let me see. Do I want to stamp like the trees around the building? I guess not, because if I do so, then the only one that's gonna be shown are this part, right? So it doesn't, yeah. So maybe we won't use the trees. but we can use like parts of the house. Okay. Let me see. Okay, parts of the house. Oh, okay. So probably here the house is gonna go like that, and then probably some trees will go like so, and then I will go like that with the house. Okay, I got it. So let's still go with some trees. Okay, let's go with some trees that go like that. All right. And then we are gonna go and grab our stamp wheel. Okay, so when you do your masking, friends, so for those who've actually done masking, so what do you use? So what do you use? Okay, as mask. Okay, do you just use a regular paper? Do you use masking magic, or do you use this kind? What is this one? Like a post-it that is sticky all over. I don't have the big one though, but I have like the like half of the big one. Okay, so since we already have that mask over there, okay, so now we're putting down the trees. All right. And see, okay, what it would look like. Okay, you know what? I remember we used a Versamark, Versafine. Okay, so for the first one, that's why it was so dark. Okay, so for the mask, okay, we're not using that, but for the actual stamping, I guess we can use this one so that it will be as dark as the first one. All right, there you go. You see, without the masking, so the outline of the top of the tree would go on top of like so and that and that. So it doesn't look nice or realistic, right? So what mask has done, my friends, is this. So now I will remove the mask and you will see, okay, what the effect is. There you go. So you see, okay, that you don't really see the those parts that had actually overlapped. Okay, and then you can just easily, remove that. Okay, and then you can keep this, all right, together with your stamp. Okay, this one, and then okay, you can reuse it for the next time that you need, okay, a mask for this stamp. Okay, so that's the point. Okay, and then finally we will do the last one. Okay, so we're experimenting. I've never used these stamps, right? So we are checking what it's gonna look like. All right, so where is the mask? Okay, now we need to create a mask for the tree. All right, so okay, because I want to put something else back there, so we need to create a mask for the tree. Will this okay now? Okay, so for this one, I think we can use this paper. Okay, so we will just remove my card first. Okay, from our sticky mat. Okay, I'm trying not to touch it because my fingers are dirty. All right, so let's use this one. Okay. Okay, as that's the regular, okay, sticky tape. Not sticky tape, but what do you call that tape? Like a post-it, but not the brand, not exactly that brand, just a generic one. Okay, so you can use, okay, just dye ink so it dries fast. Okay. So when you make the mask, I think that it's best if you go as close to the image as possible. So, because you see what happened here, because we create, so I could just put a little bit of, I will just attach them. Okay, later. So let's see. Wow, these are very, very intricate details. I'm not sure if this was a great idea. But at any rate, we will try, and then we will create another one where probably we won't use the tree, but we will use the building and the house and see what that looks like. Right? So you can also use this for critters, for people, for whatever, okay? As long as you want to make a scene where you have, layers, one in front of the other. Yeah, that's the effect that you want to achieve. All right. So you don't need to be very, very accurate with this. It's just really going to mask whatever or prevent the image that you have stamped already from being stamped again with the new one. Okay. So it's gonna look like the tree is at the back. Okay. Okay. So the stamping magic apparently is plastic. So it's non-porous, therefore you need to think about the ink, okay, that you are going to be using, okay, for it. Okay. Okay. That is okay. I want that big, okay, at the bottom. Let me see. Let me think. Where is the house? Okay. So the house that I want to put over onto this one is going to be this. Okay, so I guess not. Okay, so I guess we do want to make it as skinny as well as we can. Okay, so basically just going over the outline of the shape of the hill or the grass. Let's see. Maybe you guys have get a planner set and DIY buildings with the planner shapes. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It's just that we do have this uh, stamp that I want to use because I have not used. All right. And then we will, okay, pull down, okay, or use this house set and see what it looks like. Will it have that feel, same feel, or would it be nicer if we didn't put the trees? Okay, so after this, I'm gonna go to the chat and check out what you guys, okay, are actually saying. All right. It is Saturday evening for me. It's 10:04. We did start pretty late today. Sorry. I had to finish a video. All right. So a little more. Okay, so again, these are never used stamps and I have not conditioned them. Okay. But it's fine, though there are those days, and this is that kind of day that everything seems to not go my way. Okay. Would it have been better if it's the building, house, and then tree in front? Okay, we will see what that actually Kind of loose. It is weird. I am thinking we will remove, I will snip off. Okay, this part, the lawn. Oh, okay, hold on. I am thinking, what happened? Why did that? Okay, what did I? It didn't work, friends. Okay, let me see. What did I do wrong with this one? So I should have cut that part. Oh, it should have been the whole thing. I shouldn't have cut that part. Okay. Okay, so let's not do the. Okay, sorry, friends. I'm testing things out. Okay, let's do this again. Okay. Okay, we are gonna do the building again. Okay, so without the inking first. Okay, let's just figure out how to do the masking side of things. I want to do 3 layers. Okay, so let's start again. Okay, with our building. Okay, so we will start with our building again. Okay, and then when we mask. Okay. Okay. So when we mask this one, okay, imagine. Okay. So when we mask that, okay, so let's dry it a little. Okay, so when we mask that one, okay, and then we put in the trees. Okay, friend. Okay, do now. Okay, so if we want to put in the trees next, or is it the front first before the back? Yeah. Let us check out people in the chat. Now I'm getting confused. Oh yes, that's the one I'm using. So, but I just have, I had this masking magic since so long ago. So I said I want to use it, right? So it's been ages. Okay, so but normally yes, I just do, copy paper or just double-sided thing, right? It's easy. Okay, but now, okay, so now, okay, when I do this, or do I do it front to back? Okay, let's try the house. Here's my house. So if I do my house now, Let's try. Okay. I'm so confused with the tree. Why didn't the tree work? Okay. Why didn't the tree work, friends? Okay, so okay, I would have done the house first. So it's that way. So what is in front will be the first, not the other way around. And I think that's right. But let's check this one out. I think Blossom is correct. Okay. So, but then, it's also great to see. Okay. See this one, this one, this one. Okay. So house first, and then the trees, and then the building. So I was like thinking, yeah, because I'm doing it the opposite. It's like the back and then going front. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So just the thing with the masking magic though is that it is plastic, so it would last you longer. Unlike if it's just paper, you throw it out after each use. Okay, this one got it stuck too. Okay. There you go. And I'll just clean this one. I can easily clean it. I can reuse it later. I think, yes. I think, okay, our friend, let me see. Because normally I just like do this with flowers and with people. All right, so let's do this. Let's do that first. Let's do it the opposite way. Okay. Okay, and do what Blossom said. I think that makes sense. Okay. All right. See, when you don't even practice or test. Okay, so this is what happens in the live, but that's fine. And am I glad that you guys are there? All right, so let's start with, oh my goodness. And then I ghosted. Okay, no worries. The more that you hurry up, the more you're gonna make a mistake. So it's okay. Slow down. Slow down. Okay. Slow down. Okay, make sure it is okay aligned. Okay. Okay, and then okay, we stamp. I'm just gonna remove this just in case it moves. Right. Okay, just a little bit more up. Okay. All right. So this is just from this very cheap what do you call that? It's a very cheap like a washi tape kind of thing. But it's a repositionable, like a post-it, but the generic. Okay, I can't even get tissue out. All right. Okay, there you go. Don't need to be too perfect about that because we're just gonna use it as mask. Okay. And so we're gonna try to be as close to the image as we can. Okay, and then we were going to mask this house. Sorry, friends. I'm just focusing on cutting this house as I've been from the beginning. Okay, I'm just hope that the video I edited prior is okay. Because I haven't actually checked if it did export okay. Okay. There you go. And let's go back to our house. Okay, and then we mask our house. All right, there you go. Okay. Ugh. Okay, and now do we still do the trees? There are trees. Yeah. Yeah. We will not stop until we make this thing work. All right. Okay. Okay, so this part didn't really stamp nicely. That part. Okay, so it's stamped front to back. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so it is. Okay, so this is our mask. Okay, so the stamping magic. The stamping magic is, okay, the one that's for the building. And this one, since it's still okay, you can reuse that. Okay, and now this one. Okay, but first, we need to stamp our tree. Okay, so we need to remove this one first again. Okay, then stamp onto, okay, another one for the tree. Okay, and then we will try to find where we should put this one. So our tree, okay, so a little down. Okay, a little up. No, a little down. Hello. Yeah, because I already inked that. It could have been easy if I... There you go. Okay. Almost there, friends. Do you see that? It's such a juicy juice. Okay. And that's what happens when the stamps outlines are not really like thick. So you have the tendency to have those like the bigger parts of it. Okay. So, okay, let's try. All right. And then we will cover the tree. Okay. And then finally, we will do the building. Right? We didn't even need to put the mask on the building, Lala. So it's front to back. When was the last time I used this technique? I'm thinking. I think the last one was for like the group where they had hooray. They were like a yap yap, yap yap hooray. Okay. There's so many like ridges onto this tree. Okay. So the nice thing about repositionable like this one post-it like post-it notes is that you don't need to put like adhesive or anything because it already has. So I guess you still have to put this one. Where's my house? Because if I only put this one and I put in the building under, I think I still have to do that. I didn't know there's another mic here, so that actually so that we have mask on the house, mask on that one. And so when we put in our building, then okay, that will still look okay. Fingers crossed. What do you think? Let me first go back to the chat before you guys all leave. All right. Good morning. Oh, yes. Yvette! I also don't have a building stamp, so I don't know. You can use people. In a crowd, like let's say on a bleacher, or then you can also use like flowers, a flower in front, a flower at the back. Okay, something that would have like a perspective of one is in front and one is at the back, right? So get a planner set and DIY buildings with the planner shapes. Great, right? So Blossom, you should really have a channel. You have a lot of amazing ideas, right? So let's cheer on Blossom to start that channel. Okay, you can even with the flowers and you can Wims. Yes, create your own using what stamps you have. Place and mix and match and have fun. Exactly. So if you like, you know how it is like then the flowers when you look at it, some is in front, some is the back, stuff like that. So they don't always need to be flat, like everything is in front like that. Okay. I'll probably do this masking using any stamp I exactly Wims. Mm-hmm. See? Regular copy paper and repositionable tape, okay? But if you can find, these are very, very cheap. They come in various sizes. There are thin ones, thick ones, small ones, right? So, and most of the time we use this for planners. Right? Okay, so what else? Me to buy stamps. No, 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 no. Use up everything first, Wims. Yes. Okay, I would screenshot this big time, guys. Screenshot. Okay, this is super correct. Stamp what you want in the front first. Another one. Okay. See, if I had, looked at the chat first, then we'd have been coloring by this time. All right. So since this is like 3 layers, all right. So it's 3 layers of masking goodness. Okay, I think we finally got it. Okay, so thanks Yvette, thanks Blossom. Although you know how it is. I should look at the chat more often because you guys are really the best. There are many times over also in the past that Susan has helped me. Okay, go over some bumps. Oh, it doesn't really want. Okay, on this side. Okay, where else? I think that was the only one that needed a little bit of a push. All right. Ta-da! Oh, I wasn't on here. Gosh, sorry guys, you didn't see. All right, because this part wasn't okay. All right, so let's now see. Okay, let me go back to the chat first. Thank you, Caroline. Yes, exactly. Right, so the house, then the trees, and then the building. So if you want another one, let's say you want a sky. Do I have a stamp that's a sky? It doesn't have to be this one, right? Maybe so we can have like a complete feel to this one. All right, something like this, William. So you have this, and then you can have some more people at the back. Okay, which stamp set, friends, have sky? All right. Okay. So it will be faster. Can you think of a stamp set that has like sky? So let's go crazy with masking. Okay. So do you have, and then let's put maybe flowers here in front. Okay. So let's go crazy with stamping. Oh, but then, yeah, I should have started with this before I did that. Okay. So, sky. What stamp set has a sky? I know I have. Christine? Hi, Christine. Hi, Christine Cheng. Okay, I think Christine is. Oh, she's the one I met from the ladies. Yes, I think the ladies' breakfast. Hi, Christine. You have a tree mask already. Yes, I did. Yes, I did find it. Okay. A cloud or rainbow set would have the sky. Yes, I know, but which okay, do you remember any stamp set? It's like my brain is not braining today, friends. So if you could give me like a specific set, could it be lawn fawn? Let me see. Hold on, friends. Talk amongst yourselves while I look for a stamp. Uh, Come on. Okay. I did find some lawn fawn once. Okay, so what were you guys saying? Um, use a circle to make a sun. Oh, I don't want blossom. That's too much work. All right, so I want stamps. Right? And then since we actually did have a mask for that one already, if only I can find it though. All right. So that's the story of the day. Okay, finding stuff. Okay, and then we're not gonna lose this because I want to show our boo boos later. There you go. Finally, the only masking magic one that I have, what I did today. So we're gonna put that on. Okay, and now we're gonna create. Okay, so how many maskings do we have now? Right? So let me see. Okay, so have I used this? I'm not sure. All right, so we could, mix and match, this clouds. Okay, this clouds. We could also, kind of mask those later. So we want to actually put some on top of or behind those buildings, right? Otherwise, what's the point of creating a mask? All right. Okay. And then we will put like the sun peeking over there. Or would it be a rainbow? We'll see. We'll see. What does the other one look like? Oh, this one has this. This one has that. Okay. This one has that kind of. Okay. See? Clouds from different sets. Truly smashing our stash today, right, friends? All right. Okay. Thank you again, Blossom. Yes. Okay, what will I do without you guys? You are the best. Teen, Christine Cheng, my friend. Okay, please do message me when you plan to have the event and what you want me to do for the event so we can plan it up. Okay? Okay. So there you go. That's perfect. All right. And now we can stamp this. What do you call this? We can stamp this clouds. Okay, so let's make it a cloudy day. All right. Okay, so let's. Okay. Okay, and put some. This is going to be mask upon a mask upon a mask. Okay, so let's just do the 3 first, and let's not do the one on top. Okay, and let's do a separate one for that one. Okay, after this, okay, maybe I won't. Okay. All right, so you will have that. It's okay if it's not perfect because, okay, we will just need, okay, it's just a mask. You just really need the outline. It doesn't have to be really, really perfect. All right, so there you go. Okay, so now let us cut through, okay, this. And so we can again mask, okay, those clouds and come up with, clouds underneath. All right, so probably you'd say, you know what, Mami Lala, you can just make a cloud. I know, right? But I really want to try out our topic for today and really maximize the concept of masking. All right, so we're gonna do this onto that one. Okay, and we're gonna do the other stamp, the biggest one onto the other side. Maybe this will be the last. Okay, after this we're gonna be good to go. Okay, I think I overcut this one. Okay, so there you go. We're gonna put that back over there. Okay, and then the small one that goes over on top of, the buildings. What do you call that? I think that's what you call the one that catches lightning. A lightning pole? Is that what you call it? One of my favorite rom-com is Sweet Home Alabama, and they are supposed to be like childhood sweethearts, and this guy eventually got rich and creating this crystal like glasses by attracting lightning, because they say when lightning hits the sand it creates those. Okay, so where do you want the other clouds, okay, to go? Okay, my it's getting dirty. Okay, I need to clean my hands. You know what? Let me clean my hands first because it's very inky. It might ruin everything. So might as well just clean my hands first, friends, and check you guys out. Are you making a stormy sky? Not not sure yet. Do they look like cumulus clouds? Do they look like rain clouds? Or we could turn them into any. What do you think? What do you think, friends? Or we could have turned it into like a night sky with the what do you call that? What would it look like? What would a nice oh, oh, where's my small? Where's my small one? Where did I put the small one? Okay, this one. For that one. Hello, hello, friends. I actually have been crafting almost the whole afternoon, preparing for doing a video. So, probably that. And then a smaller one over here. I have no idea. I'm gonna finish this thing. Maybe like that. Okay. And that. Yeah, that. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. All right. Now, okay, this one. Okay. I hope I have not. Okay. Puff the magic dragon. Are you making a star? Who live by the sea. Gosh, I have not heard of that song for. I used to hear that song every day. Whenever it's summer break, and then my parents would bring us to the province. It's like for you guys probably like the countryside. So that would be in the background because my uncles like that song. So Simon and Garfunkel, I think, and then also like Kenny Rogers, right? So those will be in the background in the morning. I wake up to those kinds of songs. Oh, what happened to this one? Oh, did I not ink it? Did I not ink that part? There you go. All right. And I think we could finally say masking done. Okay, we could call that a day. All right, and say bye-bye to masking for today. Okay. All right, let's just clean my sticky mat. Okay, so it's actually clean, my friends. Those are stained already. Okay, cannot be removed. All right, so let's just go back. Okay, to this one. Okay. Now we will just remove all the masks. Okay. So all the masks are removed. And now you can see. Okay, and then the mask for the building. Okay. And then the mask for the trees. And then the mask for the house. And there you have your scene. Yay! When I was a kid, I used to love the song Our House is a Very, Very Fine House. Oh, our house is a very, very, very fine house with two cats in. Oh gosh, how do you sing that? I forgot. Na, 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 na. Oh yes, yeah. You know how it is, right? So yes, I feel you, Wibs. But yay! So these are now. What do you do with these masks? Don't throw them out, right? So what you do with them? Okay, so where is the stamp set that came with this one, right? So for this clouds, okay, so this cloud, right? So that cloud, okay, so this one, it came from this. So I would normally attach it to the back of that one so that if I need to use it, I already have a mask in case I want to mask that, right? Okay, that's why the masking magic is nice because it's sturdier because it's plastic, right? Not like with paper. Let's say you've stamped it, you've inked a lot. So when it does that, sometimes it becomes, you really have to throw it out already, right? So for this one, so we use those three kinds of stamps. So you can put it there, you can put it here, right? So you already know that, oh, okay, if I need to, I already have a mask for that one, okay? So that's how you do that. Okay, and of course, this one came from okay, this stamp set. Okay, I just wish I can find it. All right, so this one, okay, it's the City Stacks stamp set. It does come with set of dice. All right, so we will just put it there. Okay, and where's the mask for the building? Okay, and where's the masking magic one? Right, so it's just there. Okay, now I just need to find the other parts of okay our stamp set. Okay, all right, so I think that's the one, but where is the bottom part of it? Okay, because they have sentiments. Okay, so I'm trying to look for the sentiment because I do want to use the sentiment that came with it because they're very, very nice. Okay, so I do have two okay masks for the building. Okay, let me just look for. Okay, hold on, friends. We will find it. Okay, I just gotta figure out. Okay, well, and I'll show you the boo boos as well, the mistakes. All right. So, and then how to clean up those like those ink boo boos like that. We do have a way to clean those. Okay, hold on. I just really need to clean my hand as I as well try to look for the other half of that stamp. Okay, which is we found it on the floor. Okay, so these are the sentiments for it. Okay, we actually did use one of the sentiments from that one. Okay, I'll show you how to clean up that. Okay, only I can find. It should be here. If you do have like a mono sand eraser, all right, so that would be great. This ain't. So a mono sand eraser is what I normally use to remove these kinds. Okay, but sometimes this can as well, but it's more for adhesives. it, you can find it. When you actually need it, you can find it. There you go. I found it. See, a mono. It's a tombow. You know where I got this? I couldn't find this anywhere here in the Philippines. And when I was in Rome, in Italy, I think, I found, oh, there's so many art stores. Oh my gosh, I like went crazy. Everything you need, they have it. No matter how small the art store is. And that's where also I bought the like the all mark marker where it can mark on glass, on wood, on steel, on basically any surface. Right? So if you want to do like mixed media techniques and stuff, right? So oh my god. I went crazy. I bought all the colors. They weren't cheap, but it was available. It was so hard. I tried going here. I found some on Shopee, Lazada. They said it's like that, but when they delivered it, it's like the one that you used to mark fabric. So it wasn't that exact. So you see, it's clean already. So no more boo-boos. Right? So it's a mono sand eraser. Don't rub it too hard. Just, very, because you just want the top part, okay? Because that's where the ink is, right? So this mono sand eraser is awesome, right? So if you just made, little smear of ink, you see how clean now? Used to be dirty because of my inky hands. Oh, I see a one. All right. So now it is very clean. So don't just, easily throw something that you feel you have messed up because, you smeared ink or something, because it can still be removed. Okay. So this is going to be your best friend, and the other best friend is. So this one, on the other hand, is for like removing adhesives. Right. So there you go. Sometimes also for inks. It also sometimes works. All right. Okay. So this is what worked. All right. And of course, thank you. Okay. Blossom and Yvette. Okay. For reminding me that it should be stamped front to back. Mask front to back. Because this is what happens when you mask back to front. Okay. We stamp first the building. Give us that. Then we stamp the, what do you call that? The trees. Look what it looked like. And then still doable. But when we stamp, okay, the house in front of the trees, this is what we got. Right? So we did try again. Same thing. The backmost, or the one at the back, the building, and then this is what happened to the top of the house, right? So you should be able to see the top of the house. And the building should be at the back. But what's happening is that the building is in front and the houses seem to be at the back, which is not the perspective that you actually want. And so to be able to achieve that, all right, make this, okay, mark the time. All right, okay, so this is, okay, so we stamped first the house, then we masked it, and then we stamped the trees, then we created the mask for the trees and placed it as well. Then we stamp the buildings, and then we create another stamp and a mask for the building, so we could add those clouds that seem to be like behind it. All right, and then there are clouds in front and behind, so we also mask some of the clouds. All right, and finally you have a scene. All right. So that is the main project for today, is to create a scene. All right, to create a scene out of stamps that you have not used just yet. All right, and then for those who don't really have like some kind of stamps that can turn into a scene, no worries. You can, do like look at the stamps, like the clouds, right? So anything that you feel can be in front or at the back of each other, then that would be fine, right? So, okay, what ink did I use for this one? Okay. I'm not sure if. So, no. What we're gonna do here is just color them in very, very. What does Wims call that? Like not perfect. You don't need to color the whole thing. I forgot. What do you call that, Wims? When you color something that is not really, like you're not after perfection. Okay, let me see. I'm just looking for greens that we can use. Okay. So let's try one. All right. Okay. And then we will create a card out of this. Okay, so not after perfection as always. Just calling it done. Okay, have you guys eaten brunch or snack? We've been here for quite a while. I actually started a little bit late as well. I think I started 9:15 and then I forgot. Oh my goodness, it's 9:18. So I think I actually started from my original schedule of supposed to be 9 o'clock. All right. So apologies, but I'm hoping that you are having a blessed, day or a Saturday. Okay, and then we will do some houses. So what will we do? Okay, so maybe terracotta houses. Okay, I do know that Uhuhu has like terracotta. Really, it does have that terracotta. Okay, okay, so let's have the terracotta roof house. Okay, let's have those, okay, colored in. Okay, I'm planning on buying more of these Ohuhu. I only have like 40 pieces, and they're not the brush tip ones. They are just the fine tip and the broad tip. But no worries. I actually already wanted to not use it, but when I saw that Wims was using the fine tip, even though it wasn't a brush tip, she was able to color in, her images really, really well. So I said, okay. All right. So there you go. Those are our terracotta houses. Okay, and then probably let's put on some lights onto those. Okay. Some lights onto those like houses. So nothing fancy. No more fancy coloring. As it took me a long while to put this together. This should have been very easy. But I made a boo-boo. And I'm so happy that people in the chat. Okay, so if you're watching on replay, you need to go check out the chat, right? So the chat is awesome. Okay, so they have, helped me out many times over. Okay, when I get stumped, okay, during the lives. Okay, so if you see, I am using a combination of different markers. Okay, so some are Copics. All right, some are Copics, some are Uhuhu, and that's just fine. We're trying to make. Okay, remember the other card we did the other day where it was like very very colorful, right? Houses. So, okay, so those are tree trunks. Let's go over. When they're very very small like this, right? So it's really kind of hard to have that like the gradient look. Okay, but still we can. Okay, oops, broad tip. So a little bit at the top. There you go. And then probably what will the color of the houses be? Okay, so maybe something like that. Probably kind of conservative. Or do you want like the one we did before with really crazy colors? Okay, and maybe for the buildings. Okay, so some will have lights open, some will not, as normally it is something like that. Okay. Okay, so here you can see like the grassy field. Okay. Okay, and maybe just very, very light gray. Okay, on to our like buildings, our skyscrapers. Again, nothing, not perfect painting, coloring, just not even coloring them fully, just adding a tinge of a little of color here and there. There you go. Okay, and then you're gonna have, okay, that one's kind of W3 onto that one. Oh, it's dry. Okay, let's do W5. And maybe the sides. So let's have a little bit of a, like a, what do you call that? A character, so to speak. Like, there you go. And probably this door. Okay, what will be the color of the other houses, my friends? Tell me. All right, as I'm going to be coloring the sky now. All right, so let's color in our sky. Let's see. Coloring in our sky. What does this look like? Okay. All right. So So are you working on anything for Stash-tember? Okay, if you have worked on anything related to Stash-tember, please tell us. Okay, put in the hashtag Stash-tember. Okay, so we can see it, and then hopefully at the end of September or before that, I could come up with a list on my Discord so everybody else can go look at your work. Okay, and then we can follow and check it out. All right, so there you go. Okay, so you see, not really coloring everything, just creating that kind of like interest. Just blending that thing in so it's not too harsh. There goes our clouds. So from something that I thought is going to turn out to be really a disaster, okay, we can somehow have salvaged this episode. All right. There you go. See? There. Okay, maybe we could even have like the faintest if I have such. Okay, a faintest. Eat this. Okay, let me see if I can. All right, so the faintest. Okay, to just color in. Okay, the rest. Oh, it is smearing. Okay. The faintest of background. All right. You see, friends? Don't give up. Even if it seems like, your project is going to turn out to be a disaster, doesn't matter. Just continue on. All right, there. See, so that it's not like too starkly white. So it looks like a cartoon of some sort, right? So hold on. I think my hands are still inky because I made another like markings here. I'm just gonna clear that away, and we'll probably put, our message onto that over here. Okay, which says good friends are like stars. Oh, and then we put a star, but no, it's not. You know, sometimes even on a day, sunny day, you can still see stars, but no. Okay, let's just in my imaginary, we should hang out. You need a star. All right, so maybe that's just okay. So that is going to be the sentiment. Where is my stamping platform? We should count how many times, okay, have I actually lost something, and if I ever did find them, okay, during the live. All right. Okay. Okay. Now the other part of my stamp wheel. Ding, 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 ding. How in the world could I lose such a big thing? Okay. It's okay. Let's have a backup. I cannot find the cover of the stamp wheel, friends. So let's just use the Misty. Right. So yes. And let's use the waffle mat. The waffle flower sticky mat. Okay, so for this one. All right, there you go. And let's ink our sentiment. Okay, so maybe we want to have, you know, a different color. Okay, for our sentiment, maybe let us use this Tide Blue from Altenew. Okay. All right. Okay. In my imaginary neighborhood, you live next door. Right? And then probably we can put in, okay, there is in the stamp set, okay, some hearts. Right? So let's put in some hearts. Okay, over here. Okay, so let's stamp that in Coral Bliss. Coral Bliss, also from Altenew. All right. Okay, and let's put the same stamp, okay, onto the other side. Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll just color in that heart. Okay. Over there. Okay, let's heat that a bit so that we're sure that it is dry before we color it in. All right, and then very, very okay. All right. Right. Okay, there you go. And we can even add, you know, some blinks onto this. Okay, so but first, let's put it in a card base. All right, so it is already a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, but I want to cut that a little bit. Okay, so that we can have a mat. Okay, so let's cut this a little bit. Okay, to a 4. Okay, it's 4 1/4, right? Cut this into a 4. Okay, and then 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so there we've just removed some of the edges so that let me see which is a nicer background, that or this. I think that one. Okay, or would it be this one? Would also be like a contrast, right? Yeah, let's do that one. Oh, I found the stamp wheel. It's over there. All right, so let's do a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 as our card base. Okay, and then we're gonna put it up, and that's it. Okay, so where is our glue? Okay, look at all of those inking. Okay. So the nice thing about doing liquid glue is you do have time, a little bit of time, a wiggle room to make it perfect. There you go. Okay, and then we'll put it onto our card base. Okay. Ta-da! In my imaginary neighborhood, you live right next door. And that refers to all of you, my friends. Oh, hello, 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 my dear friends. Thanks for coming in. Oh, you had Cheerios. Yes, Blossom said, oops, let's do this scene. All right, so it's bigger. Okay, she always keeps her masks. Okay, and she create masks for each stamp as soon as I get it. Really? No, I don't. Okay, but you have not done it for a few months, so I need to set aside the day to catch up on my newest stamps. But that's a good suggestion, right? Thank you so much for, so many awesome crafty nuggets today, especially on masking, friends. I've never made a mask, Susan said. Now you see it's awesome, right? Thank you so much, Blossom, Scribbles, Line Fields. Yes, I think that's what you call it, right? All right, there you go. Whimsical. Yes, I think that's what you said to me, right, Whims? And like before, when I try to color things, I make sure that everything is colored. No white space, no nothing. And then Wim said, you don't always need to, right? Especially if it's like has that kind of a mixed media feel, or if it's whimsical, right? Oh, you had Cheerios. Oh, yeah, you're right. My houses aren't finished. Okay. Oh, we almost forgot, guys. Our houses aren't finished. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's have the blue house. All right. Okay, it's a good thing. Okay, I did go through the chat. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I actually forgot about my house. Yeah, there you go. Blue and red. Hopefully, I don't. Okay, that is such a red house. Oh, wow. It's like red, red, red. Oh my gosh. I think I've ruined this. It's okay. No, it won't. It's gonna be okay, guys. I will still love this card because it took me a long time to finish it. For just one card, my gosh. Okay, normally I make 2 to 3 or 4 cards per episode. But today, we just created one because I made so many mistakes. And I'm so happy that you guys were there, specifically Yvette and Blossom. So I can't wait for Blossom to actually come up with her own channel. Hopefully soon. Because I'm definitely sure I'm going to be there. He has a ton. Okay, there you go. Still okay. So you have the yellow, red, and blue house. There you go. Yay! Color your grass heel. Where? This part? Okay, you know what? I think that has to be part of the building. So we will color it. So let's color part of this one though. Probably this will be part of the, yeah. But then the rest would be already part of the building. So it has to be. Okay, there you go. There. See? Hello, Stacy. Good morning. Stacy did uploaded a video earlier today for me anyways. She created like leaves, quilling, and created those leaves and super fast and super awesome. That's why I said I'm inviting Stacy over for October, right? So maybe we can do like a quilling episode together, right? Here over. I did several quilling episodes already. I created some cards by quilling, and I think I did those during what do you call that? Vlogmas. So December. Twice. The 2 past Decembers, I think. Right? So I'm dreadful. The amount of times I lose my phone in the house daily is ridiculous. Yeah. You know what, guys? I actually did a shorts maybe 2 years ago. And it was fun. Because I was so frustrated with myself. It's like I waste so much time going back and forth to the house because I will forget. Oh, I forget my phone. I forget, let's say I forgot my wallet, stuff like that. So I did this shorts where I was going to the car and then I realized, oops, the car key. All right. And then the next scene would be I was reading a book. I was going to read a book. And then I realized I didn't have my glasses. Right? And then I realized that the glasses were actually on top of my head. Right? How many times has that happened to you guys? And then the next thing was, gosh, I forgot what the next, and then the final scene was, okay, so I forget. And the final scene was, but I never forget to eat and have my snacks. Okay. That is and that's true. Okay, I may forget a lot of things, but I do not forget about, eating. Thank you, Wims. And you know that you are my mentor, part of my awesome mentor. Imagine if the builders didn't finish our... It's a good thing these are paper houses. You make 4 attempts, so that counts. That was like, let me see, how many attempts did we do? 1, 2, we did 3, right? So this was the first one. I was like so excited. I did inking and stuff. And then, whoop, that doesn't make sense. Oh, we did it again. And still not. And then you know what? I realized Yes, I now realize I'm doing it from back to front. It should be front to back. And finally, we did it at the last one. All right. So don't be afraid of making a mistake and making a fool of yourself. Okay, just like what I did, because it always is part of learning. Right. And, the more that we show that we are not perfect, I think the more that people can relate to us because we are all the same in a way. What is your Discord, Lala? It is Mommy Guide Inc. Okay. Mommy Guide Inc. Okay, you always forget to eat. No, no, no. That's something I right. My problem is I always eat a lot. And that's why I remember several episodes ago, I had a very tummy ache, an awesome tummy ache, because I ate too much and I ate it so fast. So I think that's in the Philippines, we call that impacho. In with you guys, I think you'd call that indigestion, right? So that's a very bad habit, I know, right? But then I still wanted, because Yaya, my nanny, prepared such a very, very delicious dinner. And yeah, that's what happens, right? Huh. Okay. We asked earlier if you could share your Discord link. Okay. So the Discord link, my friends, I really don't show it or don't share it publicly because it's really only for members of the channel. But since you guys have been very supportive of me since August, I started with Craft every day in August, now doing Stash-tember. So for those who have been here for, very consistent, expect a DM or a PM from me, okay, with the links to my Discord. And from there, okay, you can finally share. Okay, hold on. Okay, is it here? Okay, let me just pull out my Discord. Okay, Discord. Okay, let's put it here first. Let's put it with me while I open up my Discord so you can see. All right, I finally got access after several months. Okay, almost a year, I think. Because I forgot my username. I forgot my password. I forgot the email. Right? So it's like, my friend who set it up said, Lala, we really cannot do anything unless you remember at least one of those. And so what I did was to, Sam and other friends are still in there, like Wims is there. And so I asked them to invite me. And when I got in, I asked my friend to please make me admin again. So that's how I got in. All right. So, new uploads. New uploads from Wims. Okay, I will share with you guys, okay, what Wims, okay, has shared. Okay, so please, if you do have, entries for, Stash-tember. All right. So this is what my Discord looks like. Yes, that's me. Okay, I'm Mommy Guide Inc. Right? So it's like the what do you call that? That of a mother with with a womb like that, carrying a baby. All right, and then you need to put your uploads onto Stash-tember 2025. All right, so that every episode I can showcase your work. Like this one, Wim said was day 4 mini set madness. Okay, so this was her. Okay. All right. So this is Wims for day number 4. Right? She is smashing all the Stash-tember. Oops. Okay, I got out of my Discord accidentally. Sorry. All right, and go back in, getting back in. And then what was the next day? Oh, it's so many. These are so beautiful. Thank you so much, Wims. Okay, I'll just show you just some. Okay, look at that. This is what challenge is this? Okay. So that what am I doing? I keep on getting out of my okay. So this is one. All right. That was day 18. That was tone on tone. Okay. This is for what? Oh, look at that. All right. And then So that was for watercolor play. This is for heat embossing. Okay, so please, right? We would love to see your works. All right, on Discord. Okay, again, these are all whims. Okay, I know that a lot of you. Okay, look at this one. Cool, right? So I know you would want to see some of or all of the other people's takes. Okay, so I am therefore yes giving you an opportunity to join us because I would like to thank you all for supporting me this past 2 months. So please do. Hopefully, I can find your emails on your YouTube channels, or for those who are already friends of mine on Facebook or on Instagram, I'll definitely send you the Discord link. Again, the reason behind that, okay, it is not that safe to actually share your Discord link to everybody as you want to keep it like in my case, that is where I grow my community, not on Facebook. All right, because I find Discord a better and easier way to organize stuff. I'm not a gamer. I just really use it, okay, for this. So that's why my channel is called Create and Relate, because everything we do is relatable in some way and we can share some common ground. Awesome. Right. So guys, if you have not checked out, okay, this is Stacy Create and Relate. And she is way over there in the UK. Right. So thanks. All right. So invited to your own party. Okay, wasn't able to take photo of what I did yesterday, so I wasn't able to upload in Discord. But again, thank you so much, Wims. You know, that's what I used to do during the pandemic when we were all locked up. Every episode I had a game. And everybody who submits at the end of the show, they craft along with me. I would do a raffle, I would do a wheel of names, and then whoever wins, okay, gets a prize. Okay. But then we became bigger and now we're international and shipping isn't as easy and it's kind of expensive, so I had to stop that. But I am thinking of a way to still make it inclusive of everybody wherever you are in the world. So I am actually thinking of doing some DJs and probably some events where if you join and you win, you get to do that for free. As for most of you who don't know yet, I do have a crafting club. Okay, it's called Joyful Crafters Club, and it is a face-to-face in real life club here in the Philippines. But come 2026, it will be an inclusive one where everybody, wherever you are in the world, can actually join us, those who are in live in real life. So we'll do a hybrid thing. So if you could have noticed, mommyguideinc.com is not there, okay, because I have pulled it down because we are changing things. There's gonna be a lot of awesome changes in 2026, right? So there you go. Just a sneak peek. Okay, and Blossom said, I'm new to Discord and learning it as I go. I'm not even an expert. I don't even know all the capabilities of Discord. Like, wow, Debbie J is like all the awesome things during her live, right? So I don't do those. I just really use my Discord for community building and also for, putting up all our sharing, right? So that it's in just one, location. All right. And Blossom said, okay, okay. I know Anna, Jaden, and Zell are also doing Stash-tember. Yeah, so please, okay, Zell, I whims tell them to post on IG. I know that they are actually part of the Discord already. They are. Heavy rain today in the UK. Oh, I hope that you are okay. Stacey, actually, we are also expecting a super typhoon. So, I'm not sure if I will be able to go live tomorrow or Wims or any of the people from the Philippines are going to be able to join because we are expecting a super typhoon. So when we say a super typhoon, it means that most of the time we will have no power for safety purposes. And so I pray that the storm or the super typhoon will somehow dissipate or decide to move direction, go back to the Pacific Ocean, or go somewhere else, right? So not head on, and it's headed towards Central Luzon, where Wims and I are located. So hopefully, Stacy, you are also safe. What are your three favorite colors? Ooh, great question. Yes, yellow, blue, and purple. Weird, right? But I like those yellow, blue, and purple. Yellow top. Okay. She is the queen of tech. Oh, yes, she is, right? Debbie is, because she's also a gamer. All right. So it just so happened that since she's a gamer, she knows all the things. And then when Twitch actually started to somehow also get integrated into the other platforms, right? So some Twitch people started to go onto YouTube, and some YouTubers went to Twitch. And so doing Discord was like a no-brainer. It's something that you can definitely add onto your build. If you don't understand what Blossom and I are saying and you haven't been on Debbie J's channel, it's Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Check her out. Okay, she is awesome. I think now, this month, I think she's doing a let's create a card every day, I think. Right. Pink. Oh, pink, purple, and blue. All right. So we're almost the same. It's just that yours is pink and mine is yellow. Right. So yes, maybe I'll ask that in Discord and you guys can answer. I also added up some, that's where I will also add other announcements and freebies for the community. Again, thank you so much. I could not thank you enough, Blossom. Thank you so much. And also, guys, please pray for our friends who may not be at the best of health at this point, right? So Vicky, who is recovering, Susan, who's been quite under the weather for a couple of days now. Okay, please include them in your prayers. And if ever, right? So I want to see you again tomorrow. Okay, stay safe. And of course, as usual, if I can only find it, which I cannot find for some weird reason. Okay, my wooden placards are over there, so it's okay. So I'll just ask for you to do this. So please, if you are here watching for the first time, okay, please, if you like what you've seen thus far, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And please do check out the other people in the chat. Almost all have channels or have channels coming soon. All right. So with that, thank you so much. I am so blessed by all of you for helping me out during this very challenging episode of mine. Thank you so much, and see you again tomorrow for another episode of Stash-tember here. Guys, we're down to our last 10 days. Oh my goodness. All right, bye everyone. Have a safe weekend. God bless you all.